Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dear Dream Diary with your host, Ashley. This is episode 5, and I'm so excited for this episode. I can't wait to share all the information I have with you guys. I also wanted to take the time to thank all my lovely listeners for taking the time out of their day and supporting me on this journey. I have so much to learn, not only about dreams and all this domino stuff that have a list of things to learn from reading my dreaming books, but also the whole podcasting experience. This is all new to me, and I have learned so much in such a short period of time about dreams, podcasting, editing, software, microphones. All this stuff is just so new, and I get so excited about it. And usually that I have this like phase where I get hyper focused on certain things and then it kind of phases out where I'm not so focused on it. But every time I think about recording an episode, I get so excited and it's like an itch, and I can't wait to record the episode and talk to you guys and share everything that I've learned or what's happened that week. I'm just so excited, and I thank you guys so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it, and I thank all my listeners who have messaged me their dreams. I just want to say that I'm not at all close to being a professional dream interpreter, but I will get there, and I just want you guys to know that when I'm giving you what I think a dream means, it may not be 100% accurate. It could mean something completely different. But I go with, when you guys message me a dream, I kind of tap into my intuition, and I'm feeling, I don't know if you guys have ever tapped into your intuition, but when you do, it's kind of like the sense of knowing. Like you just know something is accurate, or you feel something is accurate. So when you message me your dreams, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm tapping into my intuition, and I have this sense of knowing that this is accurate, or I have the sense of feeling that this is accurate. And many of you who don't know, when you tap into your higher consciousness or your higher self or whatever, you have this sense of knowing. And I'm on this journey to be in touch with my higher consciousness or my higher self. And all these things, from my dreams to whatever else, it's a weird feeling to say. I want you guys to know that I'm not a professional dream interpreter, but I do have quite a bit of knowledge, and I feel pretty confident when I give you guys a meaning to a dream. If I don't know what a dream means, I will just straight out say, I don't know what this dream means. We can sit on it for a day or two, and maybe I can come back to it. But I've had a couple people message me with their dreams, and I instinctively or intuitively kind of knew what those dreams meant. And I did pull a dream card for the person who messaged me. I apologize that I didn't send you a picture of the dream card. My kids have been sick, so I've just been a little preoccupied. But thank you so much for your patience, and I can't wait to read this dream card for you, as well as mine for my dream today. I did want to just start with recapping the sleep stages, because I did mention to you guys that I am trying to get back to lucid dreaming. And in order to have lucid dreams, you have to have good sleep patterns. And in order to have good sleep patterns, you need to know the different sleep stages and sleep cycles, and know when you could potentially interrupt your REM sleep. And I don't suggest doing this every night or very often. You need to allow yourself to get into your REM sleep. And again, you have 4 or 5 sleep cycles per night. If you're going to try waking yourself up out of REM sleep, I do really only suggest doing it once or twice a week, especially if you're a busy person. You don't want to interrupt your sleep cycles because you need to get to this stage 3 of non-REM sleep in order for your body to repair and heal. You need all of those sleep cycles, not just the one. You need all of them. Your body needs to process all of them. And again, those sleep cycles are stage 1 of non-REM, which is just very, very light sleeps when you first start to fall asleep. And then stage 2 is still light, but it is not, it's a little bit deeper than stage 1. And then stage 3 is that repair stage that I was telling you about, that your body was, when you're in there, you're in a deep sleep. And then it's kind of like you're regenerating or restarting all of your cells and everything in your body. And then, of course, you have your REM stage, which is where your dreams happen, or your most vivid dream happens, because you can dream in your other stages. It's just not as vivid. Your REM sleep is the very vivid, detailed dreams that you're remembering. So that's the recap of the dreams. The sleep stages. I had a brain fart there. I apologize. I've kind of been wondering, with everything that I've been reading, I'm curious if you guys want to message me any answers to this question, if you have any ideas or thoughts on it. But where do we go when we dream? And that seems to be a famous question, or the number one question in the books that I'm reading. And some of them suggest, do we go to other worlds? Because I think it's the shamans, they believe that we have infinite worlds all at the same time. So when we're dreaming, are we seeing our other self in a different world? Maybe we're viewing what they're going through, which is an interesting thought. Are we seeing the future in our dreams? Do we have loved ones who have passed away coming to give us messages? I truthfully think that it is all of the above. I think that we are going to these other worlds, or are viewing our other selves visions when we're dreaming. I do believe that we have people who have passed away. They come through and give us messages. I have actually had that happen. That's going to be my next episode. I'll give you a little sneak peek. The title for next episode is Message from the Other Side. So I'm pretty excited about that episode and can't wait to get to it. But I do believe it's all of the above. We're going to these other worlds, other dimensions. We are seeing the future. I do believe a lot of our dreams are giving us messages of things that are going to happen. Or there's precognitive dreams, which I have had one. And a precognitive dream is basically like a premonition, except for a premonition happens while you're awake. A precognitive dream is just you see the future, like everything, every detail. And you don't know, or may not know, that it is a precognitive dream until that happens, that exact scenario and everything you're seeing in the dream happens. There's just so much in our dreams that are happening they've only done studies on the sleep cycles and sleep patterns. They haven't been able, or have had the technology to go further into your dreams. Like, it would be amazing if they had some sort of technology that they were able to view your dreams that you're seeing. That would be amazing. I would love to see that at some point in the future, and maybe it will happen, maybe in my lifetime. I surely hope it does, because that would just be amazing. I know scientists and psychologists, again, have done research on sleep cycles and patterns, but they've barely touched the surface with what they have done. And there's just so much more out there. And again, I hope that we are able to, at some point in this lifetime, see what technology can bring us into our dreams, because our dreams do have a lot of significant meaning. And to bring forward stuff from our dreams into our waking life, we just need to pay attention to the dreams. Keep a dream diary, look at patterns in the dreams that you're having, And really, the only person who can truthfully, fully, 100% interpret a dream is yourself, because you know yourself 100%. So if you were to start keeping a dream diary, look at the patterns in the dream, you would be able to interpret your own dreams. I have no doubts about that. But yeah, so I do want to, I did mention last time about famous people and scientists that have had breakthroughs from dreams. I didn't have their names written down, which going forward, I am going to write down information so I don't sound like some crazy person just making stuff up. But I do want to mention the names that I kind of briefly talked about in my last episode. But I'm sure you guys are all aware of what the periodic table is. And the chemist, Dmitry Mendeleev, I think that's how you say his name, had a dream about the periodic table. And that is how the periodic table came about, is from a dream. And also Paul McCartney, he dreamt the tune from the song Yesterday, as well as I did mention Stephen King. He has dreamt about a lot of his novels. A lot of his novels have come from dreams. And there's so many other historical people and scientists and public figures that have had dreams that they brought into their waking life. Like, for example, Abraham Lincoln, Mark Twain, Mary Shelley, and even Adolf Hitler. Again, they were all influenced by a dream. So that's very interesting because, again, we can take our dreams to our waking life and maybe become famous from a dream. Not that that's a goal, but it's just interesting. It's an interesting thought. Anyways, I'm going to get into my dream. It is a very short dream. And I will read my dream card that I pulled for my dream, and as well my dream card that I pulled for my lovely listener. So here we go. Here's my dream. Dear Dream Diary, in this dream, I had a huge farm with hundreds of acres of land. There was the main living house, and about a 10-minute drive from the main living house was a massive barn/building. And on the inside was a whole town/city, sort of like the Hallmark Christmas movie cities with the small mom and pop stores, but there was only one entrance. When you first walk in, there was a reptile store, and if you kept walking, there was all kinds of different shops/stores. And here. If I had to explain, which I do have to explain because I want you guys to envision my dreams, this, I'm calling it Barn City, was sort of like, I can't think of the name, Colasantes, sorry. It's sort of like Colasantes, how you go in the one, I haven't been there in so long, so I don't even know what they have. But when you go in the one area, they have like a petting zoo part. Last time I was there, they had a bouncy castle part. They had the restaurant. They had mini golf. What else did they have? They had the arcade area. I can't even remember. But there was no doors to each separate thing. It was kind of all open and you just walk through it, and each part was its own thing. So that's kind of like what this Barn City was like in my dream. And this card that I pulled for the dream, I have read it before. So I pulled the landscape/places. Sorry, it is very late right now. It's 1:02 in the morning. I have no idea why I'm still awake. I have to be up at 7 in the morning for work, but here I am. So the card I pulled is landscape/places. Landscapes and places in the world of your dreams mirror your inner emotional landscape. And the themes are mountains/Alps, beaches, lost while traveling, cities, hotels, tourist destinations, caves, desert. The setting in your dream is a vivid clue to what's going on inside you. Familiar settings such as home and work are relatively easy to interpret because they explore work-home feelings. If you are struggling in real life with inner conflict, then the landscape will be very different to your familiar environment. Cityscapes indicate that you are exploring issues about your role as a social being and how you connect with others. Caves and deserts represent places of quiet and retreat where you re-energize after activity or trauma. The forest is a great metaphor for confusion. How many fairy tales are set in a forest where children get lost and obstacles have to be overcome? Think about how you will emerge from a short stint in this unsettling territory. Finding yourself acting in a theater or being in the audience is questioning your performance in real life. A modern shopping mall is the old-fashioned marketplace where choices and transactions take place, like those you make in real life. Places you once knew are those phases of your life that are relevant at the time. You are revisiting them in your dream to reconnect with your past and find a new way forward. If you are in unfamiliar territory and feel lost, this indicates that you are feeling out of your depth in a new situation. Mountains are obstacles to climb, and country fields are telling you to get back to your instinctual nature, back to basics. Tourist destinations and holidays are about escapism and having a new perspective. Ultimately, your inner landscape will reflect the beauty and peace of your exterior landscape. So, the only thing that really stood out for me is if you are in unfamiliar territory and feel lost, this indicates that you are feeling out of your depth in a new situation. That's really the only thing that stood out. And I guess tourist destinations and holidays are about escapism and having a new perspective. So tourist destinations, that kind of stood out for me because this barn city was like a tourist destination. I had the sense of feeling in the dream that people came here, they paid money to come here, and they shop here all the time. And I constantly question myself about my intuition. And I've had this conversation with a couple people. Like I get a lot of different thoughts in my head throughout the day. And I imagine a lot of people do. But for me, I have a hard time knowing if it's just random thoughts or if it's intuition. Or for example, I know I mentioned in my first episode that I am seeing shadows again. And when I see these shadows, I get a feeling that there is somebody there as well. So sometimes when I see these shadows or get that feeling that somebody's there, I also hear random like names or just random things in my head. So I'm constantly questioning myself saying, am I making this up? Is this just all in my head? Or is there something coming through? Or is this intuition? Is this going to happen? So I think I need to stop questioning myself and allow these things to happen naturally and flow naturally. Again, with that oracle card I pulled from my last episode, Flow, which my friend also told me the same thing. Allow these things to happen naturally. Don't force anything. I think that this dream is just kind of telling me that allow these things to happen naturally. And when you do allow them to happen naturally, you will feel at peace and accomplished. Because when I was in this barn city, I was so proud of myself because this was my city. This was something I had. And I remember feeling very happy and pleased and at peace and bliss. Like I just felt all of that when I was inside this barn city. So I think that I'm going to continue to listen to my friend and the universe and allow things to flow naturally and not question myself when I'm hearing these voices. And maybe I'll just start writing stuff down because somebody else mentioned to me that I should start writing this stuff down and maybe see if I can put pieces together with other things that are happening. So that is my dream and my dream card. I am going to read the dream card that I pulled for my lovely listener. I pulled the body dream card, which parts of the body symbolize the function they perform in real life. The themes are losing teeth or teeth falling out, broken arms or hands, hair being cut or falling out. None of those themes really relate to the dream the listener had messaged me. but I will continue reading because I don't personally know this listener, so maybe they will get something from this card. I did originally have 2 cards pulled, but I did kind of peek ahead and I read what the meaning for was the other card, and nothing at all stood out. So I'm just going to read the meaning for the body card. The 2 most common dreams are teeth falling out and issues with hair. Teeth can symbolize authority and aggression, so a dream of teeth falling out can mean you are feeling powerless or fear losing your control or authority. Your role, either at work or at home, is making you feel helpless and vulnerable, just like in real life, where babies who are yet to get their teeth and old people with teeth replaced by dentures are at least empowered. Many dreamers entering a new phase of their lives have this dream, which indicates they are losing their grip or can't get their teeth into a new way of life. A sense of embarrassment is another feature of losing your teeth, and since you use your teeth to chew food, the lack of teeth indicates you can't process issues or respond appropriately to situations. Hair is not only about vanity and part of your self-image, it is also about the quality of your thinking. Are you a messy thinker or a nicely cut, tidy hair thinker? Arms are to do with striving forward and embracing life. Legs are your support and carry you forward. If you have no leg movement, consider what part of you is stuck. The genitals are a reflection of your feelings towards your sexuality. If you dream of possessing genitals of the opposite gender in your waking life, you may want to possess some of the qualities or roles associated with being feminine or masculine. Generally, whatever parts of the body are highlighted in your dream, look at their function in real life. So your eyes are your vision, ankles are your support and foundation, bones are your structure, breasts are nurturing and gratification, weight loss / gain is accepting major changes in your personality. Make certain that the parts of your body you dreamed are healthy, that the dream is not warning about your health. Have a checkup if you are concerned. Which that last sentence is actually really interesting because I did tell this listener what I think the dream meant, and I told the listener that I think this dream that you were having is actually a message for somebody else. And this listener had said, I believe it was her sister had foot surgery, and in the dream, there was something to do with a dance move. I cannot even pronounce it whatsoever, but a ballet dance move, I think it was, and the left foot. And I said, when I was reading the dream, again, I was tapping into my intuition or sense of knowing, whatever you guys want to call it. And I said, I believe that this dream is actually trying to send a message to somebody else. And I asked the listener, do you still talk to anybody that you were in this dance class with? And I think that this last sentence is kind of just confirming that this dream is a message for somebody else. Or maybe it could be a message for you about your foot. Maybe you've had pain on your left foot for the last couple days, because I have learned that our subconscious mind knows before our conscious mind that there is something wrong with our body. So our subconscious mind is where our dreams come from. And if our subconscious mind knows before our conscious mind that something is wrong with our body, it is going to come out in our dreams. So if you are noticing dreams about specific body parts or specific things, it could be your subconscious mind telling you that something is wrong and you need to check it out. So that is interesting, that what I had said to the listener, what I think the dream means, and this dream card, I feel like it's kind of just validating what I said. I hope maybe you got something else from that dream card. If not, I apologize. But thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for messaging me your dream. I really appreciate that. If you guys have any more dreams that you want to message me, I really hope that you do. I love engaging with you guys, and I love that you guys are engaging with me and supporting me. I know I've said this so many times throughout this episode, but it's true. I can't thank you guys enough, and I really appreciate it. The last thing that I want to kind of touch base with is different cultures and their dream beliefs, what they believe dreams are. I know indigenous tribes, for example, they have what they call dream share in the morning, where they all wake up and they share what they dreamt, because their belief is that all dreams mean something and there's a message in every dream, and their dream might be a message for somebody else and your dream might be a message for them, vice versa. And then I have so many other, like this one book. I will post a picture of what this book is just so that you guys can follow and know where I'm getting this information. But there's, again, I think I mentioned the shaman culture. They believe that dreams are key to realities hidden from our five senses, and that there are many subtle worlds that exist parallel to and overlapping the physical one. And then it's, I'm just reading a little sentence here from this book. So it says, to them, dreams were a connection to these higher realities, a bridge to the soul, a journeying to the realm of spirit. So that is super interesting. And then there's so much more information. There's ancient Egyptians, which on my last episode, I mentioned that doctors had patients sleep in their office. Again, I didn't write information down before I said it, and I couldn't remember the exact information, but it's actually ancient Egyptians. They had people sleep in a temple, and then they would wake up in the morning and have them read their dream or say their dream, and they would have some sort of holistic approach to something they had going on in their waking life. They would have some sort of remedy for that. And then the ancient Greeks, they see dreams as spiritual practice as well. There's just so much information in this book. I think I might even just post a picture of this chapter just because there's so much information and I don't want to read everything. But it's just so interesting that all these cultures have different beliefs on dreams and what they mean and where they come from. And it's just a lot of information, and I love that I'm gathering it. I love that I'm sharing it, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I think that is all I have for this episode. I just rambled for almost 30 minutes here, and I appreciate you guys listening to the very end. I do just want to mention and remind you guys that my next episode, I cannot wait to share. It is titled Message from the Other Side. I did receive a message from somebody who had passed away. I am going to share that message with you on my next episode. And until then, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you all have sweet dreams.